Breakups are often the symptom of problems in a relationship. My workbook series, The Knowledge, is focused on helping you change your life in 4 key areas: retaining the information that I teach, personal growth, improving your relationships, and of course, re-attracting your ex. Available now at AskCraig.net.
Hey everybody, it's Murr from Impractical Jokers. Listen, if you're like me, you're single. And you're like, what do I do? How do I get a date? Here's how you get a date. I recently met a guy, his name is Craig Kenneth, super nice guy. He's a dating coach. I mean, top of the line dating coach. He's such a nice guy. And I was like, you know what? I gotta use your services, Craig. Craig, call me, because I got no plans and it's a weekend. So check him out on YouTube. You'll like him too. Bye.
Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about love is a verb.
Yes.
Well, one of the things that you have to remember about love is that it is not just telling somebody you love them, it's showing them that you love them. And there's a lot of different ways that you can do that, but how you treat your partner in the relationship between each other is absolutely critical. Because if you just tell them one thing but then you do the opposite, they're certainly not going to feel loved. And it's really important that you understand that your behavior is going to really impact how they feel. So today we're going to talk about that, and I think we're going to get into a little bit about how Hollywood distorts our reality on love, right?
Yes. And if you read any of the people who are writing about love currently or have written about it in the past, you're going to hear that love is a feeling. Okay, that's fine, and thank God for it. We all love it. Oxytocin and all. But it's a feeling, and feelings change. Okay? Mm-hmm. So it has to be more than a feeling if we expect it to last. And I'm going to quote from a gentleman named Erich Fromm. And he says...
Who's Erich Fromm?
Erich Fromm is a psychologist, I believe, from Europe. And he wrote...
Where is he from?
Europe.
Fromm?
Fromm. He's from... Oh, no. What a terrible pun. Erich Fromm is from Europe, yes. And I believe he was German, and he's a psychologist, a psychoanalyst, and all sorts of other good things like that. And
I think I got you sleeping on that one.
You did. He wrote a book called The Art of Loving that was in the 1960s, which was on the bestseller list for decades after that. So it was a very, very popular book. And he says, love is a decision. It is a judgment. It is a promise. If love were only a feeling, there would be no basis for the promise to love each other forever. Yep. A feeling comes and it may go. How can I judge that it will stay forever when my act does not involve judgment and decision? So you make a decision to love.
Yeah.
And that, I think, kind of destroys, you know, the Hollywood image that you're going to run into this person, your twin flame, is it?
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
or your soulmate.
Yeah, or your soulmate. And there's going to be the Alleluia chorus being played in the background, or Sweet Mystery of Life, I've Found You. But it's going to be all magical.
Yeah.
And then you'll have this wonderful courtship and you'll live happily ever after.
And usually in the movies, there's just one major obstacle that you have to overcome, and then that's it. Once you do it, you're together forever.
Yep.
That's just simply not how it works.
But I hate to tell you, I Googled the fairy godmother and I got no response. So she's just not there. We're going to have to do it our very selves with hard work. And sometimes you can become disillusioned because no relationship is perfect. And says Dr. Fromm from Europe, one way to break out of disillusion is to decide to love. Feelings change and are not easily controlled. Love is not only a feeling, it is more than a feeling, it's a decision. Action follows emotion. Love comes from the underlying emotions we feel for another human being. Love is a decision to be open and to share when you don't feel like it. Love is a decision when you don't think your spouse deserves your love. Love is a decision to be open and honest when communicating with your spouse. This does not only mean talking, but also listening.
Yeah.
And we can't emphasize that enough.
Absolutely. You have to listen. Your partner has to feel like they can open up and connect with you.
Right. It means choosing to forgive when your spouse is remorseful and apologetic after hurting you. It can mean not carrying a grudge and looking ahead instead of back. I don't know if anybody has seen the ad for Liberty Mutual Insurance, and it's a husband and wife, obviously, and they're talking about accident forgiveness. And the guy is saying to the wife, and they'll forgive you for one accident, and they don't hold a grudge. How mature of them, he says. And you know exactly what he's saying to his wife. It's kind of amusing. Making the decision to love includes the everyday little things that you often do for one another, especially when you're not feeling loving. From the action of deciding to love, often the feeling of love will follow. Okay? Making love a decision also means allowing yourself to be loved. It's about the choice to be vulnerable and to put yourself out there to let another person in. And that's not easy either.
No, it is not.
No.
Accepting love is very difficult.
Yes.
Some
It's
people,
very risky.
Some people can't even accept a compliment.
Right. It's true. I like your dress. Oh, this old thing? The other person will see the good, the bad, your strengths and your weaknesses, and so on. So it's hard to do. What it means in an abusive situation. We've had this come up, everything we've talked about today. When it comes up in an abusive situation, you try to get help for your significant other and from yourself.
Yeah.
And it means exactly the same thing when you talk about infidelity. Okay? That there are certain things love doesn't mean you put up with. You don't put up with abuse, infidelity, or addiction.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
No.
Just to be
You
clear.
can't.
No.
You cannot. Because love will not exist in that environment anyway.
No. But it's a decision that we can't make when we're deliriously high on all of those hormones that first come. And not that you shouldn't enjoy that phase, but that's not enough. And I've had several Skypes that I did about people who were ready to divorce when that feeling wore off. Well, you have to think about that. You did, and these are married people who've been married and are having trouble in the first year. And before you say those words, you have to really think about what they mean, because the delirium will wear off, and there will be power struggles, and there will be disillusionments.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay? So, Dr. Fromm was right. Wherever he's from.
And if you notice, and I hadn't heard his stuff before, he said what I say.
What's that?
Feelings change.
Feelings change. Absolutely right. Feelings come and go. And it can depend on what kind of a day we're having, what our interactions have been like, and where our hormones are that day.
A lot of different factors.
A whole lot of different factors. So if we go into that on that alone, it will not work.
No. Love is a verb.
Love is a verb.
And you have to constantly stay attentive to your partner, their needs, the needs of the relationship, and your own needs. And because you can't betray yourself either. You have to be true to yourself and what you need either. And sometimes you may be in a situation where your partner can't give you the same things that you need. And you might have to walk away from that because you don't want to sit there and be unhappy if you can't find some kind of negotiation.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And you hear things like, he loves me, but he won't go to therapy. She loves me, but she won't stop drinking. Love is a verb.
Yeah. And if you are with somebody that repeatedly refuses to grow with you or grow with the relationship or making the relationship a priority, you have to walk away. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
So hopefully this will give you some food for thought, and you think about yourself and your partner in the relationship and what you can do to make sure you are more attentive to your partners in the future, whether it's your ex or somebody else. You have to be able to do the verbiage.
The verb, yep.
For them too.
Yep.
Right?
I promised to love you, so I'm going to do my best whether you like it or not.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So hopefully this helps and gives you some more thoughts about how to be a better partner in the future and be more of a master in relationships.
There's no bigger decision you'll ever make.
No. Well, maybe having children.
Yes, that's true. But that's another decision to love.
Yeah.
Really.
And that's, I think, an even heavier commitment
Yes,
than a
absolutely.
romantic
Yeah.
relationship.
Yes, it is. And they don't go away for at least 18 years, and then they bring home their laundry. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
All right. So, I hope you liked the video. Give Margaret a thumbs up for doing the research on this one. When you want to get our help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching, Skype coaching, and if you got to get with me right away, I do offer emergency Skype coaching. Margaret is also available for Skype coaching.
Please feel free to contact me.
Just click on Margaret on the top of the website and you can see to sign up there. That's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And we will talk with you soon. I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net.